All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media, fastest 15 minutes hands down anywhere. And I am Judson Powell. I am the CEO of Capri Television, Capri TV, KHEPRII, two eyes, so that you can see. All right, I want to talk about the election a little bit. Kamala and Donald Trump. So for the heavyweight championship of the world, and it's really not funny, right? And so, everybody been talking to. I've been like saying the same thing, and it's just the whole moral thing. It bothers me more than like anything else. Like all the other stuff that they're just saying to me is like distractions, right? It's like stuff that doesn't really, it's not really meaningful, because when it comes down to it, what we have is a choice between a person that in actuality is, and I'm going to double and triple down on this, he, meaning Donald Trump, is morally reprehensible. And we have the receipts for his reprehensibility. We have those receipts. So what are we doing? Why are we even engaging in this dance that we know how it's going to end? What are we really doing? What are we really saying? What are we really thinking about when we have a person that has been convicted of all of these things and has been accused of all these things and has been found liable for all of these things? And I don't have to go into the list. You know the list because it has been published ad nauseum. His history of sexual assault alone and alleged pedophilia and alleged liking towards his own children, his daughter. Just that stuff right there. That should disqualify him, period. Not to, the 34 felony convictions and the fact that you still have other legal things pending should be enough. It should be enough for the American people, period. What's going on? Come on, y'all. What's going on? So you mean to tell me that you are so hateful, you're so full of hate, that you would be willing to sacrifice the way of life that you have right now? That you believe that things are so bad that you would just walk away from democracy? And not only would you do that, but you would do it for and with this man that is morally reprehensible. That's what you're saying. So what's really good? Right? What's really good? There is no way. There is absolute no way, and this has been said before, that Barack Obama would have ever even been on the ticket. That's what I mean. America, what is wrong? And then he has none no policy at all. He doesn't even have any advisors that he can call on who have been with him, who have experience with him. Everyone who has worked with him or for him, he has basically either ostracized them, criticized them, or threatened them, including threatening the life of Vice President Pence. Politics is not worth that man's life. That's a human being. See, and that's where we draw the line. See, the United States of America, of which I am a citizen, of which my ancestors built this place, toiled on the sand and the dirt here on Turtle Island, that my ancestors worked hard, and slavery or not, all of us built this country together. No matter what the negative or dire circumstances have ever been in this country, but somehow it has also managed to evolve things like our tremendous culture. Some of the best food and entertainment, everything like that, sports and all that in the world. World renowned. But you can't talk about people who are biracial. Everybody's biracial. Go take one of them DNA tests and you'll find out there's very few people, there ain't nobody out there that can say I got 100, that I'm 100% this or 100% that. Look at me. And I know my bloodline, so I know I have European and Caucasian descent. That's one side of my bloodline. Just like I am also African. That's another side of my bloodline. So what am I supposed to do? I'm human. My parents were both African Americans, but hey. But believe me, but my bloodline from Nigeria and Sierra Leone says otherwise. But what do I get? But I guess I'll look at it like this. But what do we get judged upon? What do they look like when they look? That's why I try to tell everybody, like when they were saying bad things about Kamala. That's the first thing I said. I said, look at her. If she gets pulled over, if she gets pulled over by the police, what is she? The first thing that they're gonna do is they're gonna say she's black. And by the way, since I have studied this subject ad nauseum, it's not like this. That was one of my law professor's words. He used to say that all the time, but I like it. He said ad nauseum. I studied this stuff, and the bottom line is Indians are Africans too. At one point, it was, if you go and you look back, it was called what? Eastern Ethiopia. Look at some of the people. That's another thing. Another thing trying to tell. It's like there are Indians. There are black Indians and Pakistanis and everything. Everybody who lives in that region, they are black people. So anyway, and what difference does that make? what makes a difference is, what are the policies? What are the things that are going to help the people and do the right thing by the people? Just like we need universal health care. How come there are what Trump would consider shithole countries that have universal health care, but we can't figure out how to do it? And we got all of these geniuses. We got all of these people that have been through college and all that kind of stuff. It's because the rich people don't want that type of thing, because it takes away from them being able to steal the tax money. So think about it. We need stuff like that, and then we need things changed politically so that we can't get a rogue Supreme Court to overturn stuff. Just like I'm not a fan of abortion. You know, I'm not a real big fan of abortion. I got 7 children. I never told a woman that, you know, as far as I can remember, I never told a woman to have an abortion ever. So I'm just saying. So I believe in family and having big families. I believe in that because that's sort of how we did, you know, and that's the tradition that I come from. So that's just me. And then when I got coming along, it was just me and my sister, you know, and I always admired my cousins because it was like a bunch of them, right? And so we go to spend time with them. It was a good time to be had by all. And so I always wanted a big family. So when I got older, you know, I didn't always go about getting a big family the right way, but that was always in the plan. But here's the thing. With everything that they talk about, they don't have family values. I don't want them running, you know, telling me I don't need educate, like my children don't need to be educated, or certain things they don't need to read or be taught and all that kind of stuff. I don't need you to tell my kids that. I can't, and you know, and sometimes, and me and my wife had that conversation all the time. We say, you know, sometimes, you know, like you think about my parents are both deceased, and I think about the conversation sometimes. I say, wow, you know, I would never do this or I would never do that, and it's because I have a reverent respect for certain things and certain just principles and stuff like that. And see, Donald Trump doesn't have that. He's not even presidential. You know, he never was. He's not the dude that you want. He's not the dude that you want to go out there and represent you. It's fine if he's representing himself. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. He is who he is. I am who I am. You are who you are. Whatever. But the bottom line is, in a representative democracy, I do not want this man to represent me. And I think I said before, I wouldn't even want him to represent me as the dog catcher. I mean, seriously, this dude is horrible and deplorable. And if you think for 1 minute, and I'm speaking especially to the white women and to the MAGA maniacs, if you think for 1 minute that if you support him, that he cares about you or the issues that you're going through to live this existence, you got another thing coming. And then finally, to all the black folks who think that it was Trump that gave y'all those stimulus checks, right? You better check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself, because I'm gonna tell you what, all of those stimulus checks came because of the Democrats and their hard work, because the Republicans tried to block all of that legislation. And there are receipts. Trust and believe, there are receipts. And Kamala was one of those people who was trying to get those stimulus checks for y'all. So when y'all say, and was one of the reasons why y'all actually got the stimulus checks, and all Trump did was try to put his signature on the check so that y'all would think that he gave it to you. Fastest 15 minutes is up. I'm Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and vote 2024 Kamala